Hello YouTube and welcome to my new channel, the Eurogarage E30 project. So I wanted to start the channel off by talking about why I decided to get an E30 in the first place, sharing my personal experience during the search and buying process, and doing a proper introduction of the car before I start working on it. I've been into cars since I can remember, especially BMWs. When I was finally able to afford one, I got myself an E90 and fell in love with the car. Some years later, I decided I wanted something new and got myself an F32, which is still my daily driver today. Now don't get me wrong, the F32 is a great car and the M55 is a hell of an engine, but it is clear that modern BMWs are more about power and luxury than the driving experience, and I was still in search for the ultimate driving machine. I have always done basic maintenance work on my cars, but I really wanted to learn more about auto mechanics. So after doing a lot of research and thinking this long and hard, I made a decision to get myself a project car. Now I must say, the fact that I don't have a garage, hence the name of this channel, was the number one thing that kept me putting off the whole project car idea. Until I finally gave in and said, if I don't do it now, when am I gonna do it? And that's how I started my search for the next car. I looked at the E21, the E30, the E36, and the E46. Oh, and I almost forgot the Miata's NB, but only because those were a lot cheaper and easier to find in good condition. I was leaning towards the E30 because to me, it was the perfect platform that had everything I was looking for in a project car. The simple mechanics, the timeless design, and the automotive history behind it. But there was one thing that actually did it for me. The E30 Respect Your Elders documentary by Filmcraft Productions. If you haven't seen this video already, I highly recommend you watch it. I'll put a link to the video in my description below. Now comes the hard part, doing the search and actually finding the right E30. I like to do research before I get into anything, so I spent a lot of time reading every article I could find on these cars and learning as much as I could about what to look for when buying your first E30. I also watched countless hours of videos in YouTube and discovered some great channels along the way that were dedicated to the platform, like Cronin's E30 Source and Eurogarage, two channels that actually inspired me to create my own today. I then started following the auctions at bringatrailer.com to get an idea of what the used market looked like and how much I could expect to pay for one of these cars. I do want to pause here and point out that you don't need to spend $10,000 to $15,000 on Bring a Trailer to find a good example of an E30. There's still plenty of them out there, and you can find one for a lot less if you take your time, just like I did with mine. One thing I did not expect is how much I got to learn by looking at all the pictures and reading all the comments in all of these auctions. It really does help you prepare for when you happen to be standing in front of one you're actually looking to buy. I actually bid on a few, but didn't win anything. I also looked at Craigslist, eBay, and other online markets like Facebook and OfferUp. Eventually, I found what I was looking for through an ad on Craigslist. But if I can give you one piece of advice, unless you have unlimited budget, just get the best example you can find with no rust. Now that you know the history of how I ended up with the E30, let's go take a look at the car. hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Please add your comments below. I do plan to document everything I do to the car from now on and post it on this channel, so make sure you subscribe if you want to follow along. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.